Have you ever wondered what the future of transportation might look like? Will we be driving electric cars or flying through the sky in personal aircrafts? Welcome to our journey into the future of mobility, a world that's as thrilling as it is unpredictable. We stand at the precipice of a new era where our daily commute may soon defy the very laws of gravity. Can you imagine zipping through the air in a flying car or cruising down the highway in a sleek, silent electric vehicle? In this exploration, we'll delve into two exciting possibilities that could revolutionize how we travel: flying cars and electric cars. These aren't just figments of a science fiction writer's imagination anymore. They're real, they're here, and they're vying to redefine our concept of transportation. Today, we're going to delve into the fascinating world of flying cars and electric cars, comparing and contrasting these two future transportation technologies. Let's buckle up and set course for the future. First, let's define what we mean by flying cars and electric cars. When we talk about flying cars, we're referring to a type of personal air vehicle that offers door-to-door transportation, both on the ground and in the sky. These aren't just the stuff of science fiction anymore. Companies like Aeromobile and Terrafugia have already presented prototypes of cars that transform into small planes. Then there's the PAL V Liberty, a gyrocopter-style vehicle that's currently the closest thing to a commercially available flying car. Electric cars, on the other hand, are vehicles that are powered by one or more electric motors, using energy stored in rechargeable batteries. Unlike flying cars, electric vehicles have already gained significant traction in the market. You've probably heard of Tesla's Model S or the Nissan Leaf, two of the most popular electric cars available today. These vehicles are paving the way for a greener, more sustainable future in transportation. But what about those cars that straddle the line between these two categories? Yes, we're talking about electric flying cars. These vehicles, like the ones being developed by companies such as Lilium and Volocopter, aim to combine the best of both worlds: the environmental benefits of electric power with the convenience and speed of air travel. However, it's important to note that while the terms flying car and electric car might make these vehicles sound similar, they are in fact quite different in terms of their design, operation, and the technologies that power them. Flying cars, whether they're powered by petrol or electricity, rely on principles of aerodynamics and often incorporate technologies used in aviation and drones. Electric cars, on the other hand, are all about electric powertrain technology, featuring components like electric motors, battery packs, and regenerative braking systems. Now that we know what we're talking about, let's dig a bit deeper into how these vehicles operate. How do these futuristic vehicles actually work? Imagine a car that can levitate off the ground and take to the skies. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie, it's the reality of flying cars. These vehicles operate on the principle of vertical takeoff and landing, similar to a helicopter. They rise vertically from the ground, transition to a forward flight, and then land vertically. This makes them incredibly versatile, capable of operating in tight urban spaces and bypassing the gridlock of city traffic. But it's not only about taking off and landing. Navigating the skies is a whole different ballgame. Air traffic control becomes a crucial aspect. Flying cars will need to communicate with each other and coordinate their movements to avoid mid-air collisions. Technologies like radar, GPS, and collision avoidance systems will play a key role here. Now, let's shift gears and talk about electric cars. These vehicles run on electricity, unlike their gasoline-powered counterparts. The heart of an electric car is its battery. It's this battery that stores the electrical energy that powers the motor. The engine then, at that point, changes over this electrical energy into mechanical energy, which drives the wheels. But where does this electricity come from? Well, electric cars are charged from the power grid, either from a charging station or a home outlet. Charging an electric car isn't as quick as filling up a gas tank, but with advancements in technology, charging times are becoming shorter. On the road, electric cars operate much like traditional cars. They have similar controls: steering wheel, accelerator, and brakes. But there's a key difference. Electric cars have regenerative braking, a system where the electric engine assists with easing back the vehicle and uses a portion of the energy regularly switched over completely to warm the brakes to recharge the battery. So you see, flying cars and electric cars may seem like they're straight out of a futuristic fantasy, but the science behind them is very real and very fascinating. Now let's address the technology behind these vehicles. What's the technology that powers these vehicles, you may ask? Let's dive right in. Flying cars utilize drone technology and advanced aerodynamics to defy gravity. They're essentially a blend of helicopters and planes with a dash of drone technology for autonomous operation. Vertical takeoff and landing, or VTOL, is a key feature, allowing them to rise and descend vertically, just like a helicopter. Now let's switch gears and talk about electric cars. They're powered by rechargeable batteries and electric motors. Unlike conventional vehicles that use an internal combustion engine, electric cars are propelled by electricity. One of the most innovative parts of electric vehicles is regenerative slowing down. This technology allows the car to recover and store some of the energy that gets lost during braking, improving overall efficiency. So there you have it, the high-flying tech of flying cars and the electrifying power of electric cars. But of course, it's not all smooth sailing, or should we say smooth driving. Let's now move on to the challenges and benefits of these technologies. Every technology has its pros and cons, and flying and electric cars are no exception. Let's begin with flying cars. Imagine a world where traffic congestion is a thing of the past and travel times are drastically reduced. That's the promise of flying cars. However, they are not without their drawbacks. Safety is a significant concern. How do we avoid collisions in the air, especially in densely populated areas? Then there's the issue of cost. Developing, manufacturing, and maintaining these vehicles could be prohibitively expensive. And let's not forget the regulatory hurdles. Air traffic is already a complex system to manage, and adding a new class of vehicles to the mix will require comprehensive and robust regulations. Now, let's switch gears to electric cars. They are eco-friendly, powered by renewable energy sources, and have lower operating costs compared to their gas-guzzling counterparts. The market for electric cars is already established, with numerous models available from various manufacturers. However, they are not without their own set of challenges. Electric cars have a limited range compared to traditional vehicles, and recharging the battery takes considerably longer than refilling a gas tank. Additionally, there are environmental concerns related to battery disposal. When it comes to regulations and infrastructure, electric cars have a head start. Charging stations are becoming increasingly common, and government incentives are encouraging the adoption of electric vehicles. Flying cars, on the other hand, face a more daunting regulatory landscape. Safety standards, air traffic control systems, and city planning all need to be rethought to accommodate these vehicles. So, where does this leave us? Both technologies have the potential to radically change how we travel, but each comes with its own set of challenges. It's a race, and the finish line is a sustainable, efficient, and safe transportation future. Finally, let's speculate about the potential future of both technologies. Which do you think will become more mainstream, and why? What are the hurdles each technology needs to overcome to become a viable transportation option? These are questions that will shape the future of transportation. Remember, the future of transportation is not a zero-sum game. There's room for both flying and electric cars in our future. The question is, how will they coexist and complement each other to create a more sustainable and efficient transportation system? What might the future hold for flying and electric cars? Let's gaze into the crystal ball. With advancements in drone technology and aerodynamics, flying cars could potentially alleviate traffic congestion and offer faster travel times. However, safety concerns, high costs, and regulatory hurdles might slow their mainstream adoption. On the other hand, electric cars, with their eco-friendly appeal and lower operating costs, are already carving a niche in the market. The challenges of limited range, charging time, and battery disposal are being addressed, making them a probable front-runner in the race to redefine transportation. In summary, we've explored the fascinating world of flying cars and electric cars, their operations, technologies, and the pros and cons each face. We've looked at the current regulations and speculated on the future of these transport marvels. Now it's your turn. Which technology do you think will change our lives more? Share your thoughts in the comments below.